want to preach, just pray with me. That is the scope of the Solomonic proverb here. Solomon used a metaphor to drive home a spiritual point. He said, iron sharpeneth iron. So, somebody say so. So a man sharpen the countenance of his friend. Let me give that little word so. That little word so is so important. Because if you take away the word so out of the text, then the text will not be the same. It will read then, iron sharpeneth iron, a man sharpen the countenance of his friend. But that wouldn't make sense. That little word so is used in a conjunction here to connect the B clause to the A clause of the verse so that it all will make really good sense. So to read iron sharpen iron so. Can I preach? This concept of iron sharpening iron is considered to be two distinct metals and what they can do for each other when the right condition exists. Iron can sharpen iron, and not only does it sharpen it, but it shapes it as well so that it can be used for a purpose for which it was designed. Then Solomon, if you look at the text, he made a statement to say that if iron can sharpen iron, so a man can sharpen the countenance of a friend. One man can sharpen and shape another man to be meat for the master's use. Iron sharpen iron, so a man sharpen the countenance of his friend. Now, note here that there is a simile. You English scholars know what a simile is. A simile is not the very thing. A simile is like unto, or the similar to, or in comparison to, or simply it means likewise. So what I'm saying here is, just as iron was sharpened, iron likewise. A man has the ability to sharpen the countenance of his friend. May I further point out that it takes a particular type of material to sharpen and shape another piece of iron. You cannot sharpen a knife with a material that's weaker than it is. One piece of iron must be the parent of the other. What is being here? What is being said? What is being said is that two metals of the same caliber do not possess the ability to sharpen each other. One must be stronger than the other. Can I get a witness? Jesus put it this way, he said, if the blind lead the blind, they both will fall into a ditch. Sharpening a knife requires iron at least as hard as it is. One piece of iron must be superior, and the other piece must be the inferior. I'm going to explain that. Superiority does not mean that you have full control over someone else. It doesn't mean that I am greater than someone else. It simply means superiority, and inferiority simply means that since I am in a position to help you, my job is to help you because perhaps you may be a little bit weaker at the moment. The Bible says we then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak. The superior is to support the weak or to carry them along, if you will. Are you still with me? Solomon also used a word here that needs some explanation to it. He said, iron sharpeneth iron. So a man sharpened the countenance of his friend. Countenance means a person's face or appearance. But if we limit our word to the improvements of man's facial appearance, we mock Solomon's wisdom. A file does not make a knife just look better. It makes it better. Can I get a witness? I believe if you look at 1 Samuel 16 and 7, when Samuel was sent to anoint David as king, he said, he went and he looked at all of David's boys. And Elijah was good looking, strong built man. And he looked at him and he was so sure that this was the one that God wanted. See, you got to be careful about how we look at the appearance. But it said, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. So we cannot leave what Solomon said here to just simply an appearance. When we talk about iron sharpening iron, when men are sharpening other men, when men are shaping other men, we must address the spirit, the demeanor, the behavior, and the conduct of a man, or if you will, the total man.
Yeah, great job.
Can I give you a moment?
Take your time. Yep, Lord.
Let me give you certain aspects that must happen if iron is going to sharpen iron.
Must happen.
If iron is going to sharpen iron, that means that two pieces must be placed together.
Right.
They must come in contact